Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. I've got a friend's 2020 Jeep Compass here, and battery is gone a couple of years ago, and now the battery shot again. This one has a goofy two battery system. I think it's goofy. They've got a smaller auxiliary battery that powers a lot of the auxiliary stuff, and then the other main, they're both AGM batteries. I'm going to replace them with some new AGM batteries, and the dealership was wanting astronomical amount. I think I bought the batteries for about a third of what they wanted to charge my friend for the batteries on this car. So we're going to go through and quickly show you how to take care of this on your own, so you don't have to spend big money at this dealership. All right, stay tuned. So first off, no, you don't have to jack up the car or nothing. Pop the hood, and underneath you'll find the battery. And you can notice right here, there's the two battery terminals for the smaller auxiliary battery. It's like a motorcycle or an ATV battery underneath there. And then the main battery is right here. So when you're taking off a battery, always disconnect the negative ground first. So I'm going to be disconnecting the grounds off of both of these batteries, and then we'll be taking it off, taking the batteries out and replacing them. Shouldn't take too long here. Okay, one of the first things I'm going to do here is move this overflow bottle a little bit. There's two little tabs right in here. You just lift up on these guys, and there's another one in here, and it will slide to the left. You don't need to move it very far. I'm just gonna, just enough to get it out of the way a little bit, because you've got the battery terminal right here. And then the next stop right over here. Right. Okay, they've got this little battery cover, so these two tabs to squeeze in, lift the whole cover up. Just to put that aside. So now we're gonna remove the terminals from the battery. Down here, the little guy here. I like to have a little metal tray, a magnet tray. You can keep all your nuts and bolts in those so you don't lose stuff. Wiggle that, put it aside. And then the other one down here, it's got it kind of a little tight, so I'm just going to use my wrench. Can't get in there with the other one. Right. I'm also going to take this one off. There's two terminals here connected to a fuse, your main fuse. 13 millimeter there. And what I also like to do is put the bolt or the nut back where it came from right away, so I know that one goes on there, and I don't mix it up. Tuck these away back here for now. Okay, there's a little red clip here that is mounted, that is screwed onto the battery itself here. So I'll grab a little Phillips and we'll take those out there. Interesting. There we go. That pops right off after I undo those. Okay, there's just like little expansion dealios where the screw goes in there and then expands on the opening here where the cap, there's a cap that covers the terminal. Interesting. Put that aside so I don't lose that. Very good. Okay, so the next thing is I've got a strap down here, the strap that goes over the battery, and a nut down there. This is where a dandy little magnet comes into play, so you don't lose that. Grab onto the nut and pull it out of there. So this is looks like it's all attached to the battery blanket here. Strap. Pull this off. Coming up with the blanket. Nope, there we go. Strap comes off of there. This battery should be loose. I'm going to take the blanket off here too. Set that aside. And this battery should lift out nice and easy. Next step is getting this little guy out. So, let's see, we've disconnected the terminals. I've got, looks like, one right there. And we'll see what happens if that bracket comes up. There we go. So it just takes the one bolt that's just down here by your windshield washer fluid, and then a little bracket comes out of there. Perfect. Set that aside. This little guy should come right out now. Alright, so there's the little auxiliary battery there now. So we'll grab our replacement battery and we'll pop that in. We've got this little guy here. So what we've got here is these little terminals on this guy. We're gonna have to pull these off. Looks like an E-Torx. Pull those guys off and we'll put them on there. Okay, so my little E-Torx set here, they look like that. I only went down to an E7. So that's the smallest guy I got, and this is a lot smaller. So I went and grabbed my, this is a 4 millimeter. Let me show you here where little 4 millimeter fits right on there. So if you don't have your E-Torx, that little 4 millimeter will take that right off. Fits right on perfect. Loosen those guys off and pop them on the new battery. This is why it must cost so much at the dealership. This is the toughest part of the whole job right here. There you go, got that one off. Pop it on there. Nice and snug, not too tight. Just a half a ooga dooga for these guys. Perfect. These guys are on. We will drop this guy back in. It's on there. There's the terminal. So now we put this bracket. It's got a little hook on this side, so we're going to clip that back in. Get this bottle loose so we can move it out of the way. Put that on there. There. Press it on snug. I got the 113mm nut. We'll attach that back on here. And I always thread, when I'm doing nuts or bolts, I always thread them on a few, because if you're using a power ratchet, you can strip threads pretty bad if it's not on there right. Okay, the snap battery snug down. Okay, we got the drop in. It's got to lift the fuse panel up out of the way so it can slide back enough. Now we got to put the blanket on and then the strap. The strap I just swung over to the side here so it would be lost, and then not too bad, we'll swing it around and drop it back down. Now with my magnet, because it's so down far in there, I'm just going to put the nut on the magnet and get it started. Okay, that's super snug. Right, now we're going to pop the negative plastic cover off of that, or positive. I'm going to drop the positive end on there. And also, it's on good. Next step, we'll grab this little guy here, pop it in here, pop it in those holes. Then we'll put the two Phillips screws back in. Holds this fuse panel on the battery. One there. The other guy here. Alright, that holds that fuse panel down nice. So now we'll attach these terminals here. Now I don't like to use the power ratchet when I'm dealing with stuff like this and with battery terminals when I'm tightening them, because you can do them over and overdo them and do them too tight and mess things up. Got a better feel for this. Okay, got the positive terminals on there. Okay, I'm going to attach down front here the 2 positive terminals on this one. There we go. And I'll grab the nut. Little 10 mil on the post. Right, positive on, negative here. Oop, get on quickly. Okay, that's on, that's snug. Now I just drop the negative terminal on here. Wiggle it down as best you can. That's all there is to it. It's quick little job. Not too tricky. Just make sure you take the battery terminals off first and make sure everything's good. I don't know why the dealership charges that much for it, but simple job. You can do it. You can do it yourself at home. 10 millimeter, 13 millimeter, and a couple new batteries. There you go. Hey, if you liked this video or if it helped out any at all, please consider giving me a like and a subscribe. It really helps my little channel out a whole bunch. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.